Alright, so I've been trying to record this for a bit, but the cicadas over here have been going wild. So this is just going to be a basic overview and explanation of the system. The next video that I do, I think I'm going to do the same thing, but for a campaign I would like to run, honestly, more or less once I get my crap together and see when players are available. 2 or 3 would be happy. So, Mystik system has been in development for quite a while. Sorry, I flicked my hand and got a bug on my finger somehow. So the system more or less has been being worked on for quite a while, but Mystik itself has only been around for, I want to say, 2, maybe 3 years. And this iteration, which is actually going to be the final iteration, a year and a half, maybe? Ish. It's based off of several different systems. Now, I want to explain, I love D&D. I don't get to play it too terribly often, and part of that is because I end up being a forever DM. And my group tends to fall apart just because, everybody has lives. And I don't have a group that wants to play once a week. Something happens, scheduling shifts, all that stuff. So if you're running a game, particularly online, night times would be best for me, and you want a player, hit me up, because I do love D&D, and I've got some stuff that I want to try. Now, the reason why we created Mystik was realistically, more because of me, but 2 biggest reasons. Now, these reasons are quite simple one, and it sounds weird because I just said I love playing D&D. My problem with D&D is that you have to pick a class, and that class shapes so much of your character. And on top of that, then you have to hit a certain level to be able to do the things that you want to do. So if you create a character concept, you might not actually be able to play that character until, level 5 or level 10, depending on what you want to do. My favorite example is there's been several times where I just look at people and I'll flat out tell a DM, I would love to play a necromancer who is a minion master. That's my stick. I just want to raise minions and point and click, kind of a deal. I had one guy that was going to let me do it, and I was like, dude, I can come up with squad mechanics for you to even make this easier. I'm not commanding each skeleton separate. I am using them as a group. But of course, right after I got the spell, we quit playing. So, Mystik, we designed to negate all of that. You come up with your character concept. Now, in order to do anything, there's 2 spots. There's your stats, there's your abilities, okay? Your character concept is mostly in those abilities. Now, of course, there's a cost to them. Mystik coins, they're everything. It's inspiration, it's currency, it's leveling up. We use what we call Mystik coins. It's kind of a joke of the realm. It's a cosmic thing that happens, and everybody's just like, yeah, they exist. It's not really questioned, it's not really explained, but everybody knows about them, everybody knows how to use them. Now, your stats, of course, are whether you can or cannot succeed with something, but they don't actually, it's not like, oh, you can't have this ability, shit, I can't remember what they are. I want to say it's like weight or something, which we were trying to find a better term. Our version of strength. Your strength's not high enough. You can't use that X. No. You're just gonna suck at it. But abilities are what allow you to make your character the way that they are. And you can come up with any type of character you want, any sort of ability. I have no problem with it. All it does is explain how you use your stats. So, it is not a storytelling game. There's still quite a bit of crunch, but it is simplified. We tried to make the crunch as simple as possible, as easy as possible. We designed it to make it flow as quickly as possible. Another point that I have is we dumbed down the weapon system. Because if you want a nice custom weapon, why does it need custom stats? So our weapons, and again, I'll go over through this again in another video. This is just the basic overview. How many hands do you use that weapon? That's how much damage it does. Now you might look and go, that's weird as hell, because like a dagger only doing 1 damage if you're used to D&D, Call of Cthulhu, all that, doesn't sound like much. Well, we actually took an idea from a very, very old game from the 80s. And I'm sure a lot of people haven't played this, but Ghostbusters, the tabletop game, came out in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, I think. It was shortly after Ghostbusters 2. But in that, when you take damage, your stats go down. That's what it is. When you heal, your stats go up. That's it. So part of our crunch is you are keeping track of your stats and how they flow as you take damage. We have, I think, 3 different, it's either 2 or 3 types of damage. It's been a while since I've read the book. I will be going all over that again later. This is just an overview, and sorry, my brain is scattered. So there should be 3, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if we changed it with the last iteration, but it's physical, mental, spiritual. Yeah, so there should be the 3. So you have your physical stats, there are 2 physical stats. You have your mental stats, there are 2 mental stats. And you have your spiritual stats, there are 2 of those. Now I say spiritual, but that's also like willpower, terror, stuff like that. It's not just spell slinging. The reason why we tried simplifying everything that we could is we don't know what kind of game we want to play. We don't know what setting we want to do. So, by simplifying it down, you can drag and drop this system into any world, any environment with minuscule work. That's the point. You want to play a sci-fi space opera with spaceships? Guess what? I have rules for that. I love mecha. I've actually started coming up with rules for mecha, which we haven't playtested yet, but it still should work fine. In theory, it'll work. Going on towards bigger ships, that might be a little wonkier, but the rules are there. You want to play a bunch of cave people fighting dinosaurs? Pfft, that's easy. I mean, it's all there. It's all possible. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to mix and match. That was the point of Mystik. You, the players, the storyteller, and I say me because forever DM. Again, if you have a need for a player, go ahead, hit me up, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Now, the idea was being able to customize not only yourself, but your setting. Come up with ideas. The rules should be able to make it work because they are that broad and simple. There is that sort of crunch with your roles. Mystik is designed to fit everything because the original campaign that started this idea, our idea is you are in the void. You are in the space. You are in the astral plane where thought itself shapes reality. And we kind of rolled with it until it became its own system. Customizability. If you like that thought, let me know. What do you like about D&D? What do you like about Pathfinder? What do you like about any system that I haven't heard of? Solo plays, group plays, whatever. Go ahead. Comment down below. I'll let you know if we have rules that work with it or not.